When do you think it started, Fez?
Washington's 106.7 WJFK. Here starts Ron and Fez.
Okay, good. You're in for that, right?
Ron and Fez.
Speaking of milk, the boys are going to have the milk drinking competitions. Time for that old gag. Let's start when we come back from the break. Is it possible to drink a gallon of milk in less than an hour? And it's, what is it? It's whole milk, right?
Yeah, it's whole milk. It's a vitamin D milk, and it's a gallon. And the rule is an hour. And Ronnie and I are each putting up $100 for these guys to see if they can pull it off.
100 apiece.
That's right.
So anybody who pulls it off gets 200. And if you guys miss, you only owe us 25 apiece. You know, today was, by the way, lunch with Billy. Again, he yells, just one check. Like he did last night when I was buying breakfast for everyone. I don't mind buying, but why take it upon yourself?
Yeah, to assume that it's getting bought for you.
And he screams at the lady in the diner, one check, please. And I go, oh, does that mean Billy's grabbing it? No. Short Arms is going nowhere near that check.
Billy, and he had to excuse his pouch twice during the meal.
Yeah, he made noises. All right, time to start our milk drinking contest. Rory against Billy Staples. Fezzi, I'll let you pick your horse. Who do you want here?
I think if anyone's going to do it, it's going to be Rory Hampton's.
Drinking an entire gallon of milk? Let me check with El Jefe. El Jefe, who would you vote on here?
I'm going with the loose meat sandwich, Billy Staples.
Smart. A smart move. Well, no, he's backing you up, Fezzi. I mean, Billy.
By the way, I just want to say, yesterday, I take back everything.
You never... Wait. Let me try to explain something to you with our show. Better you get the joke and have the guy mad at you than ever apologize for a thing. But we all laughed, so that means it's good.
So keep going with loose meat sandwich as a nickname for Billy.
The serial killer rapist thing yesterday just kind of freaked me out.
Well, sure it does. And that's him, though. He's ticking.
But he's more likely to rape you than murder you.
Billy, are you going to win this contest tonight?
I'm going to win it, and I'm going to win it decidedly. I have a plan.
What's your plan?
Slow and steady. I'm going to milk it for all it's worth.
Milk the milk. Get it, Fez?
All right. You can't milk it too long. You have 1 hour to do it.
Yes, I'm not going to be a guzzler. I'm
going
to
outsmart yourself.
No. I am not going to be a guzzler.
All right.
Plan this out.
Fezzi, give us the exact time right now, and we'll have the boys start.
All right. In 5 seconds, it's going to be 8:32, and that's when we'll begin.
I have a secret weapon, too.
Go.
A cup.
He thought that was going to get a huge laugh, that he has a cup.
Yeah.
He tried it on me in the bathroom.
As Rory's drinking out of a cup.
All right, Rory already up 1 glass to none.
That is very refreshing. That is great milk. I'm going to have no problem winning this.
All right. Good luck to you.
Your pouch is going to fall out, Billy.
My pouch is not falling out anywhere.
Now, how does your stomach pouch work on this, Billy?
With fluid, it flows right through, nice and easy.
All right, so you can take spunk. You know, you think I got it through?
I think so.
Billy, you already out?
No.
Okay.
I thought you were waving
How you feeling,
off.
Rory?
I feel great. I mean, the vitamin D stuff is just the whole milk. It's got so much body to it, and it's got such great texture. It tastes amazing.
Isn't Valiant supposed to slow you down?
It's just milk. Let's not get over the top here and act like we're doing a pitch for it. When we get a Got Milk commercial, I'll call you, and we'll all be happy, and we'll be spending the check.
He acts like he's at a milk tasting party.
I know. You know, if this is Wisconsin, this would be good radio.
I really preferred the cow to the goat.
I'll tell you this, your boy's getting off to a nice pace. El Jefe's guy looks like he's already drank a keg of milk. That's the problem with him.
The only problem with Billy is Billy's such a slob that he's going to start spilling it, and he's going to have a lot of milk that he's going to have to lick up off the ground, because I already see he's got a puddle there. So he's not going to finish that entire milk.
Rory. When we are all done and you're up all night hugging the bowl because you're getting cramps from all the milk you drank and didn't finish.
Billy, just to remind you, that's not the way Billy talks. You never talk that way in real life.
Okay.
I don't know what you do on the air when it becomes this slow-talking, sing-songy guy. But Rory. I know. I will say this. In real life, Billy actually makes me laugh quite a bit. And he says a lot of witty things. But get him near a microphone, and it turns into Mr. French. And I don't understand it at all.
Sebastian Cabbage.
Rory.
I think Rory's burning himself out quick already. It's like he's drinking it way too fast. You're never going to make it.
No, this is not a problem at all. I mean, this is not going to be a problem at all. I'm going to beat you hands down. You're going to still have like a half a gallon left while I'm done.
It's not beer.
Yeah, I know, but the milk is so good that I love and I enjoy it so much that I can pack it in. I have no problem with it.
Billy, if it was beer, I'd probably pick you.
But then what is it in it if there's no meat?
Oh, great. Billy's going to barf up all his milk.
Yeah, I know. What are you doing, Billy? You should be chugging milk.
We are now 15 minutes into the milk challenge. There's 45 minutes left to drink a gallon of milk between Rory Hamptons and Billy Staples.
Rory is about half done.
Is he?
Billy, I would say a quarter done.
I'm right on schedule.
Yeah, that's where you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
Right on schedule.
Slow and steady wins the race.
A quart every quarter.
Yeah. Billy was just sitting there trying to hit him up for an extra $8 a week, and he's not standing for it.
Nope, absolutely not.
What's the problem, big man? What $8?
Look, I've been paying child support since my daughter was 4.
Mm-hmm.
And now they send me this letter. I have 6 months to go till I'm finally finished. I've been paying for 17 years almost, right?
Right.
I'm paying child support. They send me a letter now. Due to the average age of the cost of living and price increases and blah, 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 if you want to voluntarily pay this amount, please just you or the ex sign the paper. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me.
So your ex can sign the paper that makes you pay extra money.
Yeah. I mean, it's granted, it's only $8 a week, and I would pay it, if it came to that. But they don't work both ways. They don't look out for the fathers, and that's what pisses me off. Because,
so instead of looking out for the children, they should be looking out for the fathers.
Well, look, circumstances change in a dad's life, okay?
Yeah.
Circumstances change. Sometimes you make more money. When a guy gets rich or hits a lotto, the first thing the woman's going to do, she's going to run there and say, look, I need more child support. Or if I went and got a big movie and I'm making $20 million a movie or something, you don't think that there'd be a little subpoena in my mailbox?
Wake up.
Yeah. Billy, just because you run around in your underwear does not make you Tom Cruise. All right, how much you paying a week all these years?
75.
All right, 75 a week, and they want to take it to 83 a week.
Right. But my point is, when I was unemployed for a long time and struggling as an actor,
high on dope,
in between, and they set my child support, and when I was in a garbage man, making almost $50,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, which was not bad. So that's what they set it at, plus $50 a week alimony.
Right.
I had to pay her until she got remarried.
How long was that?
That was like a year.
Probably that's 2 minutes.
Well, that's not acting like it's a big deal.
Yeah, but that's the fact that she left me and I had to pay her alimony.
I know, but you paid her an extra $2,500.
To sleep with this guy.
Since 1986, you have not increased the money you pay to support your child.
No.
As expensive as things have gotten from 1986 to the year 2003.
In 1986, you could have got a van for like $9,000 brand new.
Yes. And with the increased cost of living, you never increased your child support?
I didn't have to because I took care of her in other ways. When she needed money or stuff on the side, she always asked me, And
that doesn't go to your help, right? I mean, that's not credit.
That's just a thing a father does for his child.
Right. I see.
That would be like she wanted new stuff for school. I would take her out school shopping, school supplies. These are just things you do on your own. But when I was down on my luck and
all effed up.
Yeah, well, not so much. And there were things happening that were out of my control and not a good situation with my daughter. I went to court to have my money reduced.
Right.
Because I was not making that kind of money anymore. And I was falling behind, and they were threatening to sue me and throw me in jail and all this kind of crap. I was like, wait, I've been paying child support for 14 years. Right. All right, I've been up to date. I've never denied it. I said I'm proud to pay, child support for my daughter. I got no problem with that. I said I'm a little down on my luck right now. All of a sudden, I'm one of these. What do they call them?
Deadbeat dads.
Deadbeat dads. I was like, you know what? No. I said I need a little break right here.
Right.
And this stupid, snotty bitch, judge person.
I thought you meant your daughter.
Oh, stop that.
Because he's in a milk contest, and you know it. You're playing with. You're getting in his kitchen.
She didn't even want to hear my side of the story.
I take a big glass of milk and we'll talk.
We're 20 minutes into it.
Now, $300 a month, Fuzzy, and I know you don't have kids.
Right.
But if I could get away for $300 a month, I'd be a wealthy man.
I can't believe that when hard times do come around, well, the first thing we really have to cut is taking care of the child.
Literally, you had this kid for less than a gram a week, and that's not bad.
Not everything.
Gram a week.
Not everything is dope related.
in this case.
Now that you've hit the drug lottery, do you have to increase your Xanax support by 8 pills a week?
Have you thought about this? You're still a young man. You think about having an 8-ball?
Look, you're misunderstanding the whole
know.
point.
How many grams was your child?
The point is, if I was out to go out and find my fortune or something, they'd be wanting more money from me. But what, the opposite cannot be true? If all of a sudden I'm not making
all right, let's suppose you have a car, right? You have a car payment.
Mm-hmm.
You can't say to them, hey, look, when I bought this car, I was doing well as a garbage man. Now I'm all whacked out on dope. Can you let me slide? They're not going to let you. They're going to come and take the car.
Yeah, so they'll take the car. I mean, it's a little bit different than throwing your car for 10 years.
The kid. She'd be better off.
But here's what I'm saying, Billy. Just because times are hard don't mean that your kid stops eating.
Look, I was in the loan business for 4 years. I used to grant people loans, and when you
to grant yourself a couple.
And when there are times you work out payment arrangements with people.
All right, but what about your kid? What are you going to do?
How can you work out when your kid needs clothes, food, money?
Look, my child was not hurting, okay? My child was not hurting for anything, never was, never will be. All I wanted, look, my ex and I were having a real big problem at the time.
What was the problem?
It was just very personal.
Coke?
No, it had nothing to do with that.
The landlord banging her?
God only knows they were married, so I can assume.
Oh, at that point, okay.
Yeah. So, and there was a lot of animosity going on between us, and a lot of civil and a lot of court actions and stuff like that. And there was a lot of animosity, and this was one of my ways to try to, get her where I knew I could get her.
Punish
in the pocketbook.
Yeah, punish the kid.
No, the kid was they were living under the roof. This guy was wealthy. He had money.
They were living under a roof. No walls or a floor. They were living actually under a roof.
That's the best possible thing a kid needs.
Look, I'm just trying to stick up for
Is that
dad.
a roof? You're not outside, so enjoy yourself.
I'm just trying to stick up for dads out there dads don't get any credit in the system. All you are is a paycheck to the state or whatever when you have a kid. You know what? They don't give a damn whether
you're not paying the state. You're paying for the kid, though.
No, but I'm saying the state collects the child support.
Yeah, you know why? Because you are gone. You're no longer with the kid. So the state has to step in, and the state, meaning the rest of us, society, to say, hey, you just can't leave this kid alone. Come up with this humongous $75 a week and take care of your own offspring.
Why are you making me sound like a cheapskate?
Because the state has to step in because a 4-year-old can't come banging on your door to collect.
No. The state did not step in until almost 4 or 5 years ago when my wife and I had these problems.
What's the problem?
Why won't you share that?
I just got waved off.
It's way too personal. And we had a fine working relationship.
You and the state?
Me and my ex-wife.
Okay, I didn't know you were talking about.
I paid her directly and everything else. Then she got to be a real C, and so when we all went to court and we were fighting with CPS and courts and judges and attorneys and everything.
Did you ever yell this? Out of order. Out of order. This whole court's out of order.
No, but the guards did have to break up our attorneys at one point.
Your attorney started fighting?
Yeah.
Yeah, he must have a great attorney.
Yeah. But you know what? It just pisses me off, though, that the fathers get lost in the system. I mean, I didn't get the,
You hope to get lost so that you don't have to pay.
No, I'm not a deadbeat dad. I didn't disappear. I didn't go off somewhere and never pay for my child's child support. Has nothing to do with that.
But at the time that you stopped paying, that's when you got in trouble. Not before. No one was ever coming after you when you were paying your $75 a week.
Well, you got to understand, I never stopped paying. I fell behind.
I can't believe you have 6 months to go on this child support, right? Did I say it right? 6 months to go?
That's correct.
And that you're so thrilled about this of not being responsible for your own child anymore. That you're so excited about it.
Yes, because now
finally that this burden that is your daughter is out of your life.
No, you're saying it the wrong way, Fez, because now I can take care of her in the way I want to. That is not dictated by a court, by a state, by a letter I get every month, by my ex-wife. I can buy her, I can give her the money, whatever, on my terms.
How much are you going to give her now? All right, with the $8 increase, you're now up to what, $81 a month?
$83.
$83 a month? What is she going to get now that you're on your own? The Billy Staples plan.
I don't know, I just helped her and gave her some money to buy a car. on her own. It had nothing to do with that. She needed some extra money to buy a car.
Mark,
So I
you're
helped
on
her out with
Fez.
that.
An $8 car. Go ahead, Mark.
Mark. Yeah, we're having trouble.
You're cutting in and out, buddy. You're going to have to call back.
Hey, Charles in charge. You're on Ron Fez.
Yeah, I agree with Billy there.
All right, go ahead. Tell us about it, Charles.
I'm in the same situation, and right now I'm like trying really hard to like get my son back. Well, not get him back, but
Right.
trying to get visitation because she has it now. I'm selling out $240 a month right now. I'm only making like $1,000 a month, and I have to give that, but I don't even get to see him. So I'm totally on his side on that.
How old is your son?
He's a little over a year.
So you got to pay $240 a month, and why can't you see him?
Because she won't let me. she puts all these weird stipulations, making me like try to jump through hoops. Like if you want to see him, you have to take father parenting classes, and you got to do this and do that. And I want to meet all your family. I'm the youngest of 9. She ain't meeting all my family.
They make you run through hoops for that crap. You're the kid's
That's why
father.
I'm
You
trying
should
to-
be able to see it unsupervised, set up on a scheduled day and a scheduled time. Just you and your kid.
All right, you know why it's like that, though, right, Billy? A lot of guys are whacked out.
A lot of them are. Not all of us.
All right,
Right.
All right.
She watches a lot of Lifetime and Court TV, so
Right.
she's like, you might take them somewhere, and I've seen this on TV, and I tell her I've seen mothers do the same thing. All right, well,
Charles,
F you.
Charles, would you do anything for your kid?
Yeah.
Then go take
That's
the
why-
damn class. What's the big deal? Go take it.
But why is the woman
It's
calling the
ridiculous.
shots?
She does right. It's ridiculous. Other mothers don't put their fathers. There are some fathers out there that wouldn't want anything to do with them, and they just bounce, leave town.
Right.
And I'm like I'm trying to work with the courts to do it because there's no other way. But I don't even really want to do that because that costs money also. Got to get an attorney. You got to do this. Got to do that.
Right.
What right does a woman say? The women use the child as a pawn. It's like, you're not going to get to see your kid. Excuse me. This is a child. This is a living, breathing thing. This is not a bartering device.
Right. That probably deserves more than a little extra $8 a week.
My child has been well taken care of by me for 17 years. The $8 a week came out of nowhere. And it's
All right, Billy.
How are you milk drunk? That's what I'd like to know.
Hey, Charles, best of luck to you, buddy. All right, in all fairness here, though, if you're taking care of a week of a kid, $75 a week is a drop in the bucket.
depending on what you're making.
No. You're missing my point. The expenses of taking care of a child, no matter what child, $75 a week is a drop in the bucket.
No matter what anyone makes, a child has basic needs that have to be covered week to week.
And not just needs, but wants. We live in a society where these kids, they have the wrong shoes and the other kids are freaking on them. They need stuff.
Yeah, well, and then part of the problem is the mother would use the money on herself. Anyway, the mother would drive around in a new car and the kid would have holes in her sneakers,
Running behind the car.
You just told us that you took great care of your kid for all these years.
No,
she's got holes in her sneakers.
When I saw this, I would take her out shopping. It's like, wait a second. First off, what's the ganging up on me here? I am a good dad. I have been a good dad. I'm trying to stick up for other dads. Yeah, in 6 months, my daughter will be 21. My liability to the state will be over. I will not have to worry about the threat of my wife taking me to court again, getting a lawyer and hearing all this crap. I pay my child support on time, and it's like it is such a pain in the ass when you get in this system with this BS that they put you through as a father. You have to prove this, you have to prove that, and the mother just sits there.
You know what I would do, Billy? If I was your ex-wife, I'd take that crazy tape from last night when you were saying how you plan on shooting people, and shoot Fuzzy in front of me and make me watch. I'd take that tape, put a big Exhibit A on the tape. And I would play it for a jury of your drunken peers.
Effie, can we get her an air check?
All right, we got to take a break. We're going to come back and talk about Billy about this. Because I'm going to tell you the truth. I have no idea what it's like not to be with your kids. It's got to be really, really difficult. Billy, I don't, that's a rough thing that you've been through.
Yeah, I mean, since she was 4. I didn't get to see her first day of school or anything like that.
Fezzi and I have a good friend that is the one who got full custody. So sometimes men do get full custody. You must have been some piece of work, huh?
Well, no, I tried later on, but unfortunately I tried at a time where it was up to the daughter to make the decision.
Oh, God.
And she would never leave her mother.
Not to go run into a guy with a big coke ring around his nose. Of course not. Who would?
We are halfway through the milk drinking challenge.
All right. And it looks like Rory slowed down a little bit, but he's about 2/3. Billy's pulled up about halfway, Fezzy. So his pacing is involved. Rory, how you feeling?
I still got plenty more room.
Billy, how you doing?
I'm just doing fine. I can almost hear the milk coming up.
I'm a little nervous about this because you and I are going to be shelling out cash.
I know. I'm nervous, but they're both getting milk drunk. They're both slurring on their lactose.
All right, we're talking, I don't know how we got into this, but, what you can do if you're a father who doesn't have custody. 866-277-4969. 866-277-4969. It's the Ron and Fez Show.
Back with the Ron and Fez Show, and there's exactly 20 minutes left in the milk drinking challenge. Billy Staples against Rory Hampton. Who's going to be able to finish that gallon of whole milk?
They look like they're both in about the same position now, slow and steady.
Watch the kick come in here now.
It is catching up about how many more? Oh, God, Billy.
Billy.
Sorry.
I think I got milk on my glasses.
Okay.
Fez, this got sent to me as a...
Spy report.
You may get a kick out of this. According to R&R Online, there's been a resignation. Mr. Eric Logan is out at Infinity.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that didn't take long at all, did it?
No, not at all. So I guess we're not all going to be eating cake, Eric.
All right. Gee, we were supposed to have cake with Eric. What happened?
Yeah, I hope they gave you a chance to do a goodbye show, you prick.
Eric Logan is gone, you piece of garbage.
We didn't sign that lease.
Yeah, believe me, he's on Broadway, too. He's on 72nd and Broadway.
Yeah.
Not a cheap neighborhood.
And still paying for that Hawaiian wedding.
Yeah, right.
Nice work, Eric Logan. Nice job. Nice job at Infinity Broadcasting.
Now you can find him on the corner of 72nd and Broadway.
Yeah, and, I never get into anything like this. But what a piece of crap he is.
Yeah.
He really is. And I've known him for a long time. And the person that I knew in Tampa, Florida, and the person that was in New York City at Infinity Broadcasting at 1550 Broadway was not the same person. And I realized the real one was in New York.
Right, sure.
The real prick was in New York.
Come on, Faz, let it out. Come on.
You let out some milk.
Bill, you going to be able to win this contest?
I'm working on it.
Eric Logan turns in the resignation.
Forced?
What do you think? Who quits
No,
that job?
voluntarily, after 3 months on the job.
Well, let's say it's May. He went in November. How long is that?
Yeah, is that 6 months?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice run.
Yeah.
Like they say, don't blink.
All right, Billy, we'll do the thing. No one ever says, oh, boy, I need one of my guys to come in here and help. And we never do this kind of break. And yet still.
And yeah, today it's just a little sweeter. And I'm just indulging myself.
Yeah.
So excuse me. 866-277-4969. DC local lines 202-432-1067. Three-ring circus going on right now. We got the milk drinking contest going on. Just a little over 15 minutes left in it. Who's going to be able to finish their gallon? Also talking about Billy Staples' lack of child support.
No, my lack of parental rights.
You don't support child support.
Why not, Bill?
No, I do. I mean, there are plenty of mothers out there who wish I was the father of their children.
And also Polo standing by
Then
to
why did
reduce
they abort?
Matrix.
Then why did they abort those kids?
I mean, there are parents out there, mothers who don't know where their daddy's babies are, babies' daddies are, and, all...
I will say this, Billy, and I'm going to not kid you for a second. I have no idea the hell that you went through in your life. I don't know what it's like to be separated from my kid.
No.
And to have if you're going to call her a C, I can't always agree with you, but I don't know the woman, but that would be a nightmare to me.
Yeah.
That part would be a nightmare.
And there were things that she let happen that I can never forgive her for and that she did to me. And, and it's just like things that no one will ever understand. And what I had to go through in this period of time that she has grown up into the wonderful child that she is now.
Now, what were your visitation rights like?
Every other weekend and one night during the week.
Now, was that always maintained, or did it change up when you ended up going through your 5 rehabs?
We were very flexible. Like, sometimes she would want to go away for a weekend. We'd switch weekends. You know, trust me, I was not always an angel. I made mistakes in the beginning.
Yes.
No, I did.
You're an angel with a dirty face.
All right, here is Tim.
But you never lost custody.
No, I never had custody. My wife always had custody. That was not the question.
Tim, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Tim.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
Go ahead,
I just called in to say that you're absolutely right. Men have no rights when it comes to their kids if you don't have custody.
When I went to court, this woman did not even want to hear my side of the story. I said, look,
By that, you mean the judge?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry, the judge. She was not.
I thought you meant your wife.
She's not even you know what, Fez? She wasn't even a judge. She was a court administrator. Okay, and she was like a hearing it. Like she was like a negotiator.
That was awful. Hey, Benny, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, man, how you doing?
Hey, buddy.
First of all, I wanted to thank you guys for giving me a reason to turn on 106.7 between Howard Stern and Dead Air. So thanks for that. I also wanted to say, man, I as much as you guys entertain me, I feel Billy is someone I can relate to. So I'm really feeling what he's going through here. You know, I don't think it's as black and white as Billy being neglectful to this child. I think it's more of an issue. I mean, we've got this wife who has to be horrific. No offense to Billy, but what kind of women is he going to attract?
Right. I didn't think of that.
Yeah, good point.
First off, it was a high school sweetheart. It was a high school sweetheart from 9th grade.
He's sticking up for you, milk dud.
No, I'm just saying. I'm telling you, this is the kind of woman she is. It was one of these things. I'd have a high school right into a wedding.
14 minutes in the milk challenge.
So on top of that, I mean, when the state gets involved with this, I mean, you can pull your hair out on that because it's like going to the DMV to get your driver's.
All right, here's the only other part of it, Benny, and I'm going to agree with you. I would hate to be in the position of Billy. But how else do you handle this thing? The woman has the kid, right? Mm-hmm. The guy doesn't. You know you owe money, Billy, and it's $75 a week is not a big thing if anybody's raised kids.
Well, that's a cell phone bill, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm sure Billy's got a cell phone. So that's not the issue. But the issue is, I mean, what this woman is doing. She's got something that Billy's attached to, and she's using whatever she can to get at him.
All right. Thank you very much, Benny.
It's as much.
Did you feel like she was using the kid as a weapon, Billy?
Oh, yeah, all the time. The kid was always a pawn. It was always like she was always setting the rules whenever even she came by. She would call 7 or 8 times a day on my visitation just to say hi, to see how she was doing.
Did you say the kid had a choice of going who he wanted to?
No, when I was going to go for custody, when there were things going on where I didn't want my daughter.
How old was the kid then?
15 or 16.
Well, 15, they're old enough to choose, or they're going to be with
that's why I didn't do it, because she would have chosen her mother.
Oh.
Because they were very, very close, and they always have been.
Did you feel crushed, though?
Yeah.
That you weren't picked?
Well, I didn't even go, because when I talked to my lawyer, she goes, look, it's going to cost you a fortune, and you're going to lose. She goes, because the judge will ask the child, who do they want to live with?
And she was going to say her mother flat
out. Without a doubt. Because when I started this, court case, she clung to her mother, and she yelled at me. She blamed at me. She yelled.
The kid did?
Yeah.
What'd she say to you?
She goes, why are you doing this to my mother? It's like you're not treating her fairly. You're making her go to court and go through all this again. I hate you for doing this. You're ruining my life. Teenager stuff.
Why are you known as fat guy? That sort of thing.
No, that didn't come up.
12 minutes left in the milk drinking challenge.
Billy's going to win it.
Where'd Rory go?
They better not be throwing up. Your boy better not be throwing up.
If he pukes, he's out.
Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Hey, I think you guys are trying to make Billy lose this contest.
No, not at all. Billy's actually
him on air the whole time, taking up his drinking time. You're not talking to Rory at all, distracting him.
But Rory's so dull. Billy's always got something for us.
That's true.
All right,
Billy is a round egg.
None of Rory's children live past the first trimester.
God, that's awful. And it ain't their fault.
No, you can't blame them.
Here is George. George, you're on the air.
Hey, George.
How you doing?
Hey, buddy.
What do you got, Georgie?
Listen, Billy, you couldn't be more wronger, if there's such a word, if you tried. And I really get tired of men just belly aching and bitching and moaning. Listen, I don't know. I'm a single parent. And I tell you, it's very expensive to raise children.
It is very, very expensive.
You could spend $75 on a damn pair of tennis shoes. You know what I'm saying?
If you're lucky.
It's so easy. You
can still not get the good ones.
Exactly. The kids will still laugh at your kid. Your wife, I don't care what she did to you, she's a saint. She's raised your child. You admit yourself that the child's a beautiful child, well-adjusted, doing well. Why do you think she got that way?
That's a miracle.
No, it's not a miracle. The woman, your ex-wife, worked like a pig to raise your child. While you're
you know what, George? You're making
like a pig.
George, you're making a decision with only the facts that I've revealed. There is much more that has gone on.
I don't care what she did.
If you don't care,
raise your child properly. I'm not talking about.
How did you get custody?
I got
Why are you being mad?
No, I'm just curious. It's not very often that a male gets custody.
I got custody because my ex-wife abandoned me and my son. I have a special needs child, and she walked out on us. She couldn't handle it. That's how I got custody. And let me tell you something. I'm gonna be honest with you. If she would have stayed, I probably wouldn't have did what I did. I'd probably be crying like a little girl, like you are. Okay.
First off,
I had to stand up.
First off, I'm not crying like a little girl. I stood up to my rights. I've taken care of my child
a month.
for
$300 a month is
Look,
nothing.
then you complain to the court about what I'm paying.
I am complaining. I'm complaining to you. You're paying nothing. You're paying peanuts.
I'm paying what I'm supposed to pay.
All right, but that's what we're talking about, Billy. You're not happy, and I'm guaranteeing you the kid did not get enough money at $300 a month to do normal stuff.
The kid
supplied her with toilet paper is what you did.
Wait, my wife worked. My ex-wife worked. She worked for her husband. She was making a lot of money.
All right, if you lived at home, you don't think you'd be chipping in more than $300 a month to the kid?
You know what? And you guys are missing the fact that this was what I was supposed to pay.
No, but you're the one bitching about the courts.
No,
not us.
This is what I was supposed to pay. I paid every time we'd go out. I'd get her stuff. We'd buy stuff. I took her school
You
shopping.
should have kept the receipts.
Billy, listen to me. Your ex-wife's a saint. I don't care what she did to you. I'm not concerned about that. I'm talking about she's raised your child. And thank God you had her, because if you did,
George, if you knew this woman and what she did, you would be swallowing your words in utter disgust.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does matter, George.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, yes, it does.
Did you ever try to get her?
Yes, I did.
What happened?
And that's what my lawyer told me. She goes, you never have no case because she'll stay with the mother. CPS got involved, and they said that,
the pharmacy?
Child Protective Services. Okay?
Why don't you mellow out over there, Fez?
All right, thanks a lot, my man.
All right.
That's it.
I love guys who don't know the whole story and make a judgment on me.
Well, we know you've been in 5 rehabs, you've been in jail a few times, and now no court would give you the kid.
Look, that's not the point. When I separated from my wife originally, I agreed. I said my daughter should stay with her mother. She should stay in her home, in her bedroom, with her things.
What do you mean in her bedroom?
And never see the light of day?
No, so she could sleep in her own bed and stuff.
Oh, you don't even get to do that. How's the milk going?
That's slowing down a little bit.
Because we're 7.5 minutes away. Hold up your jugs. And by that I mean your man sheets.
I think Billy's going to make it. You think you can, Billy?
Wow, Billy's really, really close. He's a lot closer than Rory, I think.
I'm in pain.
I'm getting there. I'm going to make it. It's getting really full. It's like the last 5 minutes all of a sudden have become like, okay, where did this all of a sudden...
I can't believe I'm going to have to go to an ATM.
How much time left?
There is 4 minutes exactly left in the milk drinking contest.
Look at Rory's trying to chug.
Rory's trying to chug. What's left? There's too much to chug.
Yeah.
I give him credit, though.
He's going to spew.
Billy's down to just over half a glass.
Are they drinking it without eating anything?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I could, honestly, guys, you know me and the milk.
Billy, you son of a bitch, no one's supposed to be able to do this.
Well,
it's supposed to be impossible.
And you're stable.
Because the full bottle of milk is supposed to turn to cheese in your stomach.
Ronnie!
Don't throw up in here, Rory.
Rory, it's going to stink. Rory, there's nothing worse than sour milk. You got to take it outside the studio if you're going to do it.
Yeah, take it out.
I think I'll just sip this half a glass like a fine brandy.
El Jefe, watch him. Oh, yeah, I think it's over for Rory.
Yeah, get out of this area.
Is he puking? Yeah, he's out. Rory's out with 3 minutes left. The chugging at the end that he tried to do.
I'll say he hit about 9/10 of his milk. And
hold up Rory's jug.
You have to Drink that if you're going to get the rest of the money from me and Fez.
It's not a matter of money right now. I'm doing what I said I would do.
No, I know. I'm going to pay you anyway.
You do remember the 10 pounds of ravioli, right?
This is about me right now, Polo.
Yeah, Polo.
This is my moment.
Unlike you, Billy doesn't have excuses for anything other than his offspring.
Okay.
Billy, are you going to take your kid?
2 minutes left.
If she has time, she's in the middle of finals right now.
What's her major?
Malfunction.
Physical therapy.
Yeah, what's she doing with it?
She's going for her master's
That's great. Hey, Paulie.
Yes.
Now, did we hear the misses in the
There
background
it goes.
for a second there?
There it goes.
Yeah.
Billy is the winner.
Billy Staples drinks a gallon of whole milk with 1 minute remaining. 1 minute, 10 seconds remaining.
Billy, congratulations. You are the man.
Wow.
You are the man.
I am going to explode.
Never bet against a loose meat sandwich.
There you go.
That's the words of El Jefe.
True, El Jefe.
Someday I'll get into a contest with Billy and wipe him off.
True words from a man in a Halloween mask would never say.
He knows what he's doing.
You all right, Billy?
Billy, you don't look good.
I got a milk headache. Is that possible?
Billy, it's supposed to be impossible to drink a gallon of milk in an hour.
Oh, I did it.
Look how big his belly is.
Let me see. Stand back a little bit.
Totally.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh, it's all milk.
Totally.
That's a cheese ball.
It's totally distended.
Distended.
It hurts.
Wow, here comes Lucy Loserton.
It's obvious that my stomach's not as big as Billy's.
All right.
Why insult the champion?
But your mouth is.
You know what, Billy?
If your stomach was as big as your mouth, you may have won.
You know what I'd like to do? I'd like to go back into court right now and say, look, this man can drink a gallon of milk in an hour. He should have the child. You might be father of the year, my friend.
I just want dads, when they go to court, that people listen to their rights, too. That the mother is not always right.
Thanks, Milkman. Listen, kids, Milkman has a message for you.
All right, we'll take a break. Right back. Run it fast. Hey, Earl.
Hey, buddies.
How you doing, buddy?
My buddy.
I miss my buddies.
I miss my buddy.
I miss my buddy.
Hey, good. Sorry you missed it tonight. Billy drank an entire gallon of milk in under an hour, which is supposed to be physically impossible.
He hasn't puked yet?
No. He's actually, I think he's eating a Five Guys cheeseburger.
Oh, God.
Where's Billy at right now?
Get Billy in here. During the commercial break, Billy was coming around the corner one way. I was going the other way. I accidentally ran into his big stomach. Earl, it is so enlarged from having a gallon of milk cheese in there.
Yeah.
And, Ronnie, it is hard as a brick.
You know what we ought to do? Make him walk around with pillows on his shoes, and then I'll give him some seltzer.
He was just sitting in the green room, but he's coming right now.
Yeah.
He's waddling in.
Tell him to run in.
Oh, God.
He can't get through the door anymore.
Oh, my God, look at the belly sticking out.
The belly is so big, and it is so hard. I'll tell you what, when I ran into him...
Let me tap it.
Go ahead, feel it. Feel how hard it is.
Oh, sorry, buddy.
Oh, tap too hard.
It's like hitting a keg. Cheese keg.
I thought my arm was going to get pinned underneath it, and I was going to have to cut it off at the wrist.
Oh. Wow.
With your car keys.
How you feeling, big man? You earned $200 tonight.
I got like the shakes, and I'm getting
You know what?
chills.
You want to roll that over and see if you can't drink another quart?
No.
Oh, no.
Like 400.
No.
400. Ronnie and Al each put up another...
As much as that is...
Wait a minute, Fezzi. You put up 200.
No, I am not putting up 200.
Your money bag's Watley. You're my man. You're my money man.
If I had it, I'd give it to you.
You got it.
Oh, I don't have a dime.
No, you got your communion money. Hey, Billy, also, I'm going to write to the courts and say that you should get your daughter.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a little late, but I do appreciate the effort.
Your grown, moved-out daughter.
The girl's 20 and a half years old, and
you spend $13 a week on her. You should get to see her whenever you want.
She should come live with you at Grandma's house.
Look.
Well, you know what? Mikey D wrote in, Billy's right. Mothers always get custody of the kids. He's still living with his mother.
Your parents split up, right?
Yeah, that grandparent will be raising that kid one day. Don't worry.
Oh, good. So he hasn't thrown up yet?
No, he's not going. Why can't you throw up, Billy?
I can't. It's already past the pouch.
What does that mean, past the pouch?
All right, at the top.
That's what we say at church when we need a collection.
It passes the pouch and into the couch. That's Billy's life. From the couch to the pouch is his version of cradle to the grave.
Excuse me.
I don't understand.
I am a champion here this evening. Is this how you treat a champion?
You got a hunk.
Go ahead, milkman.
What?
You got a hunk of cheese in your gut as big as a bread box.
You're going to explain why you can't puke because of your pouch.
Because at the base of my stomach there's a nylon restrictive band. At the base of my at the top of my stomach.
Billy wears nylons. There's nylons and chocolate bars in his stomach.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the nylon restricted band. So because of that you can't throw up anymore?
The only time
since you've been stapled?
The only time I can throw up is if the food is above the band. That's the only time I can throw up.
You can only puke when the food is in the pouch.
Yes.
If it goes all the way through the stomach...
Forget it. It stays there.
And you needed to puke, it would have to climb back into the pouch and then out your gullet.
Yeah. And it's like water...
That's impossible.
It's like water going uphill.
What happens if you
That
drink?
doesn't happen?
No, it doesn't happen. You don't have...
Hey, Earl, you know for a fact that, I mean, this is an old gag. There's no possible way for anybody to drink a gallon of milk in an hour. It's
Unless you've been surgically altered.
We've
been taken here.
I'm not paying.
I thought the pouch would be your handicap. It ended up being your ace in your hole.
Is that technically cheating?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. He's been surgically altered. If this was the Olympics, you'd be banned.
Howard Stern, Don and Mike, Bill O'Reilly, Ron and Fez, and the Washington Redskins. 106.7 WJFK.